We are continuing a test to try to achieve the objective to have more accurate decisions and also quicker decisions in offside incidents. Things are going very well. We are very happy of what we have done so far here at the Club World Cup. Also having introduced an offside animation, which is not related to the decision-making process, but certainly it offers a better understanding, a clearer view of how the offside decision was. So once the decision is taken, this kind of animation is started to be produced, and a few seconds later can better show what happened than using the normal 2D lines. I know that someone calls it robot offside. It's not. Still, the referees are the assistant referees, still responsible for the decision on the field of play. The technology only gives them a valid support, I repeat, to take a more accurate and quicker decisions, particularly when the offside incidence is very tight, is very difficult, and normally with other technologies it occurs a longer time to get the final decision. It's part of VAR, I would say, is an addition to what we have done so far. We started a few years ago from zero, from nothing. We created this support, this system, and of course we are learning based on the experience we make every day, I would say, and we realized that one of the area where something was felt as needed was the time sometimes occurring to make a decision. We know that we cannot be fast and accurate at the same time. If you want to be accurate, you need time. That's why we thought of a technology that can make accuracy and fast decision possible.
In the stadium, we have 10 dedicated tracking cameras that are installed in the stands and under the roof. And we use those cameras to track the players, but not just the position of the players. We're also tracking the limbs. We're tracking the arms and the legs. And we know exactly where all of those players are at every moment of the game. We are tracking with 50 frames per second. So 50 times per second, we know where the players are, and we're getting that information delivered to the system. We do the same for the ball, so we know where the ball is, and we know where the feet are, so we know where the kick point is. So with that information, when the ball is being kicked, and knowing where the players are, and where the arms and the legs are, we can make an assessment whether a player is onside or offside. With the semi-automated offside, we get data points, and these data points can be translated into an animation. So we know where the shoulder is in space, we know where the knee, for example, is. And by taking that data, we can enter the 3D world, and we can create animations that can explain perfectly whether a player was onside, how much of that player was offside or onside. And we put that in an animation that will be shared with TV and our giant screen operators. And we can inform the spectators in a more clear way on offside and onside decisions. So we have a couple of incidents that we can look at. We can go back in time and we can see how the lines are being drawn. We'll be there to explain a little bit what we do to create the animation.
Simulation running here. So this is a 3D world where the same game is happening as on TV, but it's virtual. That means that we can change camera angles, we can do visualizations like Daniel was talking about, analyze it in a different way. So what we're going to do here is actually look at offside. So I want to go to the impact point, right, the impact frame. Then we're going to confirm by the VAR. The line is drawn. It takes a couple seconds, and it's clear that it's offside. But we also have, and I'll show you that in a second, the variation where we start in close-up and at component impact.
Product manager from Hawkeye, delivering the semi-auto offside system here at the Club World Cup. Ben, if you'd like to describe this kind of offside station, how kind of the workflow works, how you work alongside the VAR,
the ball. So as you can see on the top right hand side there, the ball is tracked additionally for every single frame as I step through the video. In this specific scenario, we've identified this as a potential offside decision because of the player position just beyond the line of the second to last defender. However, if I play this specific incident through, the ball is actually received by the player on the far side of the field. The defensive line here is actually shown by the player's shoulder, and if I step through the video, we can actually see that position will change depending on the player's body position as the ball is then played. And that confirmation is sent through to the VAR system next door. This line will also then be shown to the VAR, so the VAR is capable of then confirming this line and approving it for release to the broadcaster and to those people watching at home.
Finally, Ben, can you just describe the different cameras we have set up and how every camera in the stadium is kind of contributing to the offside generation?
So we've got the broadcast cameras, which are supplied by the host broadcaster here, the main camera, as well as the 260 meters left and right, and then we're supplementing that with our own Hawkeye cameras that are sat up within the roof of the stadium. So we've got two cameras, one each side, that sit just inside the 60 meters, and they're supplemented by some cameras in some less conventional positions, but they are also contributing to the tracking information.
Ja, goed. That again. And you can change the color.